Hello.
Hello, Miss B. And only Miss B. Because Mr. S is missing.
Can I call him that now? Mr. S.
Yes.
It's like Mr. Anderson.
If anybody knows where Slack is and, would like to let us know, that would be helpful because at the moment we're totally clueless. I hope he's okay. I hope there's nothing gone wrong. Not heard anything from him. And, doesn't seem to be any sign of him after several pings in Discord. So he's either asleep or forgotten or hopefully, fingers crossed, not a problem. But anyway, welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Update podcast. We are on episode 37, and that's a very unofficial episode number. Let me just put it out to you that way. Well, I guess, as usual, we should start off with what we've been doing this week. And that's going to start with with Jessiie, I guess. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, I guess we'll go out of the ordinary. Not start with. This week I have been actually up to quite a bit. I have been trying to work on like boundaries, right? Like you know me and you have talked borders. Many times. Oh, and yes, exactly. World borders. I mean, my community knows, pretty much everyone knows, I'm like an open book. Like I am friend to everybody and everything in its place, right? Lately, I've been trying to figure out how to put up boundaries in my, content creator life and my real life. And it's been really interesting. And that's led to me being a little bit more productive, I think. So not worrying about everything. It's let me, focus on my schedule, like trying to work out like times that work best for me for things. And it's been really interesting.
Don't tell me you're going to be asking to change the time for the podcast now.
No.
I've just got my schedule set again.
Nope, this one works for me. I'm totally okay with staying. But one thing I have been doing is I set up a Ko-fi. I'm sure I said that wrong. Like
Ko-fi?
Do you know what that is?
I've heard of it. I don't know what it is.
Basically like Patreon, except for not. It's the same kind of thing where people can have like a membership and like they can support you, but this one also lets you do like just single tipping like through one thing. They take far less from you than Patreon does, and it's just like it's a nice little site that I so far am quite a big fan of.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what do you do? What do you do? Like advertise that on your streams and your videos and stuff? Or
Not
just
yet.
Plonk it in Discord?
No, I literally just finished setting it up this morning. So it's totally
so you're
new.
You're not swimming in cash just yet then?
No. Oh, no, goodness, okay. No. I haven't announced it yet. I guess this is me announcing I have one. Anyway.
An exclusive.
Yeah, there you go. But so that was good. It was nice, like expanding and not having all my eggs in one basket,
Is this going to be one of those things where you actually later you've read all about it, it sounds really legit, it seems good, and then someone will be like in your comments, oh, that's for like OnlyFans, isn't it? And you're like, what? And it turns out it's used generally by some indescript segment of the community for nefarious means.
No. Okay. This is something that quite a few of my streamer friends use that I didn't even know existed until recently, but it's been around for, I think, years at this point. And some people that I really respect, like I was talking to them about it and they were just like, yeah, it's much simpler and it's like all through one. Anyway, they really liked it. So I'm going to give it a go and see if I like it. If not, it's not going to hurt anything. And then, so I worked on that. And then I've been streaming, of course, because, working on new schedules and stuff. And that's been really, really good. But what about you?
Yeah, well, hang on a minute. There's one more thing you put on there. It says, and helping friends.
Oh, yeah. So I have been, for a few people, they have asked me for like small things to help them with stuff. And I have been putting more of an effort into.
I'm on tenterhooks. Jessiie B vanished. Oh, jeez.
Sorry, the
I'm
kids
losing
decided.
podcast members like this.
Hold on, no, the kids came in and they're just like chatting up a storm, even though, that part of being a mom, I guess. But yeah, no. Back to what I was saying. Friends.
Yes.
I've been putting more of an effort into hanging out with friends, and that has led to helping them with stuff. So that's been really fun.
Interesting. Very interesting. So on one hand, you're shrinking your world border to try and, have a more manageable plate so that you can deal with things in a, in a more Jessiie B fashion. On the other hand, you're going, I got all this free time now. Is there anything I can help you with?
Well, it's more, okay, I should clarify because that is a little confusing, right? It's been more of a putting my time and energy into people that put their time and energy into me. So it's balancing, I guess, that I've been working on balancing where my energy is going.
Well, good. That sounds good and very positive. Right. Okay. Well, my week has been, I want to say good, but it's been pretty boring, to be honest with you, because I've settled into this new routine where it's just all work and no play, which is great because I'm streaming more, I'm making more effort into my videos, I'm doing loads of stuff for this marketplace stuff, and the build team's whizzing away, working faster than I can keep up with. So basically, this game that I'm making is going to have 6 levels, and I built like the main structure of the first level. Each level is going to be about 6 by 6 chunks in size. And then that's when I sort of showed them around it and like, we're going to need this here, we need that, decorate and do all that. And then I was like, right, while you're doing that, I'm going to work on the mechanics for this sort of stuff, and then we'll start working on the next level. And they've already done it. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'll start like putting the next level bit together so they've got stuff to work on. And they're like, yeah, we've done that. Now what? Hey, I'm not ready. So, very, very efficient build team. Very, very amazing. Although they're slightly annoyed at me at the moment because all of the hard work and effort they put into the level 1 with their interior design and decoration, after spending quite a lot of time going through all of the laggy things in the game, doing what I joined my Discord and talked to my peeps whilst testing laggy blocks in Bedrock and found out there were a horrendous number of things that you wouldn't expect to be laggy that cause massive amounts of lag. So then had to go back to the build team. It was like, you got to get rid of all of that. So, in fact, let me pull up the list because it's Minecraft related and could be relatively useful, I guess, for people listening. So at the top of my list, which of things are really, really bad, are signs. Not even just glow signs, but having a lot of signs is really laggy. Banners in particular almost crashed my PC. Ender chests, which didn't used to be laggy, are horrendous. Like mob skulls, like the skeleton skull and creeper head skulls, very, very laggy. Shulker boxes, again, never used to be laggy, now cause horrendous lag. Bear in mind, this is in the really bad lag section. Pistons, really badly laggy, just sat there doing nothing, not even, being powered. And enchantment tables are horrendous as well. So all of those things had to go. Next was I didn't test every single Minecraft block. We just used, went through ones that were generally being used in the map that we're making. So in the next section,
like decor blocks and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. This is the bad section, and that is chests and beds. But we don't have beds in there anyway because they're clickable and it affects your spawn point and ruin stuff. But yeah, just having chests is bad. A little bit less laggy than that are campfires and flower pots, believe it or not, Jessiie B.
No!
I know, right?
Flower pots?
Yeah.
Wow.
Things
that Be prepared for lag.
Yeah. And things that were a bit laggy were command blocks, lodestones, unlit campfires, brewing stands, cauldrons, beehives, bee nests, barrels, hoppers, lecterns, candles, furnaces, shriekers, skulk sensors, and skulk catalysts. But they weren't that. They were hardly noticeable, those ones.
Wow.
But the thing that really annoyed them was the fact that I've told them they can't use any trapdoors.
Why?
Because you can't, unless you're going to rebuild the entire structure every time the players go into that level, which is just unfeasible on that size, you can't reset them. So if you if someone goes around the level flapping all the trapdoors into positions they're not supposed to be in, the next time they go in the level, it's not going to look like it's supposed to. It's going to have all the trapdoors flapped about all over the place. So, yeah. That was fun. And then this week, it's been just cold. So we've had all that lovely, ridiculously heat wave summer, and then a couple of days ago, my heating came on and started screaming how expensive it was. So I've turned everything down, and now I just sit in the office with a jumper on cold, which is not very nice. So There's been no transition. There was no like, oh, it's really hot. Now let's like be a bit warm and then go cold. It's just like, no, finish being warm. Now it's cold. So yeah, not enjoying that. What I am enjoying, though, is looking forward to seeing what excuses Mr. Lizard has for why he wasn't here, because apparently he has risen.
You think he's still coming in?
I have no idea. Not a clue. Maybe he may turn up during the feedback, which is, of course, our second segment of the podcast. And we're going to start the feedback with Meerkat, who says, still loving the podcast. A change in days will take some getting used to. The podcast last week was fun. Would like another for sure. I cannot see a Minecraft 2.0 happening. As you said, that was Bedrock for the cross-platform overhaul. Java on mobile and tablets would have been slower. I had a nostalgia moment and fired up an Xbox 360 Minecraft. It was so laggy compared to newer versions, so cannot imagine how it would have performed on mobile phones. Java and Bedrock have some fundamental deltas on mechanics. I think about iron farms, 3 times villagers in a zombie and fill your pockets with iron blocks. So OP for Java players. Spawn mechanics, mob cap, etc., etc. Some, I'm guessing, will be hard for the game engines to adapt to other versions. Keep up the great podcast, all. Sorry for the lengthy post, Meerkat. Don't apologise too much. It was quite an interesting one. And yeah, I don't see Minecraft 2.0 being a thing unless the developers really do think there's going to be a big pile of, pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah. What do you think, Jessie?
I want to say, like, those are the kind of comments and like feedback that I love, and don't ever feel sorry for like the length on those, because everything was like very like it was just feedback, and it was really great. But I have to agree. I think at the end of the day, there are too many differences that one side or the other would just really freak out about. So I don't think it's gonna happen. And yeah, Minecraft 2. Just no, I still am on the same page. Keen Anteater says, Mr. NoTail, Miss B, and Mr. Lizard, thank you for another great podcast. Well done, Mr. Lizard, for persuading Miss B to sing. Wonder if a one-off across the board Minecraft podcast with Mr. NoTail and Mr. Riffs would sound like. 2 silky smooth voices comparing Java and Bedrock. The intro and end credits would be covered by the harmonious duet of Mr. Lizard and Miss B, of course.
Oh, so you guys get to do the intro and the outro, and me and Pixel Riff just cover the entire middle of it.
Yeah, apparently.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'm up for it. Let's do this. Let's get him on the phone. Let's get him in. See if he'll join us on the Bedrock side of the world. Oh, geez. I don't think so. I don't think we're professional enough for Pixel Riff. I think he'd be here for 5 minutes and go, I can't do this, guys. I can't lower myself. Jeez.
I feel like that's not true. I mean, Pix is so like gentle and sweet. He would absolutely like. It's just funny though, right? Because he's miles in another league to like the likes of me, right? Like whatever. But,
yeah, but
he's so genuinely nice.
Sorry.
There's just no way. There's no way he'd be rude. He'd just be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we'll have to ask him, see what he thinks at some point. Not now. We're not early. We're not there yet.
Yeah, not ready. No.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't be. I don't think I'd be able to speak for the whole 2 hours.
No, I'd be like, hi.
Okay, right. Moving on. The Dylan asks. This was a question for piece of feedback for Slack to read. Says, I feel like I need to step in and say that Foxy's voice is part of the reason I like his channel so much. The moment I heard it, I just thought it was such a cool voice accent combo. Well, thank you very much, Dylan. Somebody clearly needs a hearing aid, and you should probably get that checked out, Dylan. I'm just saying.
Oh, goodness. Your voice is great, and you know it.
I know, it's amazing. It's the best voice. Everyone's jealous of my, grating chainsaw of a voice. It's wonderful. Oh, jeez. Right. Joho says, during last week's program, Jessiie made the common error of conflating Java with JavaScript. They're two entirely different things. Oh, my goodness. Right. Anyways, most comments on Minecraft development are just pure 100% silky speculation, harmless and fun, but far from credible unless you are or were a recent member of a development team. The development team. That said, as a professional developer, but not for games, I'd wager the cost of keeping a dedicated Minecraft Java engineering team on the payroll is not worth it for a product that no longer produces any significant revenue. Foxy alludes to this many times, and I'm certainly willing to bet on it. It makes the most business sense for Mojang to wind down Java Edition development slowly and quietly over a period of time so that they can chase better avenues of profit. After all, companies need to make money and stay alive. It's also worth pointing out that Java and C++ are relatively similar languages, and experienced software engineers are often familiar with both. So while the dedicated Java team may dwindle, Minecraft Java tickets could very well be assigned to people on the other team. This is, of course, pure speculation, but the likelihood is not zero. Love you guys and looking forward to the next one. Well, thank you very much for that, Joho. And yeah, pretty much in line with what I was saying. It was either last week or the week before about it all. So, I tend to agree with you.
Yes.
And there you go, Jessiie. Now you know there is a difference between Java and JavaScript.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. I'll let you do the next two, Jessiie.
Okay. So Faded Daddy-O says, hello, I continue to love the podcast. You all are so good together. Wow. My brain. Okay, sorry to start that over again. Yeah, wow. Yeah. Let
me read them all. Okay.
Yep.
I'm happy
definitely.
to be here till midnight. Not a problem.
Oh my God. Sorry. Okay. Faded Daddy-O says, hello, I continue to love the podcast. You are all so good together. Keep it up. I agree that you should create a patron at some point. Also, if Jessiie gets a jellyfish and Foxy takes the glow squid away, then it has to be a glow jellyfish. Faded Daddy-O. P.S. Foxy, your voice is not harsh and grating at all.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. I mean, jellyfishes could glow if you really want them to. That's not a problem. I could do that.
That's true.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah,
I'm
so
on
bad. It. Good job. So, Purple Hoser says, hey, Purple here. Love the podcast. I think what you guys said about the downfall of Java Edition is very accurate. I think that they would just bring down Java without us all agreeing because people would become undone too fast. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love you. And as much as they would bring down Java without all of us agreeing, what do they mean by that?
I don't know. I think they're trying to say that even if the community riles up against it, they'll just bring it down anyway, I think.
Okay.
But, I don't know. I think they would do something pretty special. I don't think they'll just turn around and go, oh, we're just stopping doing Java Edition. I think there'll be some big deal and song and dance and make out about it and be like, oh, it's totally open source now, you guys, you can all help develop Java Edition, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Something will go on. I can't believe they just turn it on. They've got to try and, appease the community somehow. But who knows? We're just totally making it up as we go along at this point with all of that. And we've just, thoughts that were on the back of my mind and now being forced to the front and I don't know. Jeez. Yeah. Right. Cuba Maker says, hello, Foxy. I think the sooner you break the news to the public, the better. Oh, geez. The good ideas bin is, after all, a bin, not a pile, a bin. This means the more full the good ideas bin will get, the more disappointed the public will be. Make life easy for yourself and tell them next episode. Podcast listeners will only hate you for about a month. Don't make it worse. Great podcast. Once again, my suggestion for wish list is no, Cuba Maker. This is feedback. You're doing it wrong. Jeez. My suggestion for wish list is dodge rolling, more terraforming thingies, and whatever Slack wants. Oh, sulkiness in Minecraft. Wow. Okay, jeez.
That was good.
It's not a bin. It is a bin. It's the good ideas bin, but it's a bin like where you store things. It's a storage bin. You know, some people, you can have storage boxes, you can have things like that, but another word for those is a storage bin. It doesn't mean it's got a bin bag in it and you're going to throw it out in the trash. The good ideas bin, I guarantee all of these things will make it into Minecraft eventually. I've had it from all of the developers have contacted me at this point and said, yes, they are all great ideas. I can't believe we haven't thought of these before. We are working on it, but it might be a while because we're very busy with stuff like shutting down Java Edition. Please don't say that on the pod. Oh, oops. Right. Anyway, moving on.
Purple Hoser says, hey, Purple here. I think that MC Bedrock should not have all the same features as Java. Or as close as is now, because some people buy Java for different or new features. And now what's the point that they are making the two versions so identical? Either Minecraft has something big for Java or it's dying. I mean, that's a pretty blanket statement, it feels like.
Yeah, but it is a good point. But I've got two thoughts on this. So keeping them separate is... I like the fact that they're different and they're not the same because I like some of the things that's in Bedrock and I like some of the things that's in Java. But if it's Minecraft, then a new player should be able to go into either version and expect the same result, and it doesn't. So realistically, as much as I don't want it, parity really from the creators of the game, from Microsoft and Mojang's point of view, should be that these games are the same to prevent confusion and people having problems with it. And so that we can get all of the Java players over to Bedrock Edition and shut down Java Edition. So, yeah, there's no point in having two versions. But while they are different, I think they need to until they can get them to a point where they can go, it's the same now. Come on, guys. Come on. It's better. It's more optimized. Got Marketplace. I mentioned the Marketplace. You can access the Marketplace from your post screen as well, which I don't have that in Java. Come on. Come on. For Mumbo. He's not here. He's gone. No, he's... someone else. Come on. It's ready. And when we hear that, Java Edition will be gone.
Yeah, it would be hard to disagree with that.
Right. Okay, the last one, Jessie. I'll let you take it.
Accent with a side of buzzsaw from Me is John.
Yes.
But I don't... Accent with a side of buzzsaw? Oh, okay. I got it. Okay, I'm caught up. Kidding aside, I have to agree. They are all very easy to listen to. Foxy's self-criticism using the voice of the audience during videos cracks me up every time because I say that stuff to myself in my inner dialogue. I think that's something that I'm glad was brought up, right? Because I feel like that's such a relatable thing. I feel like everybody does that. Like they have this other voice in their head anytime they're like thinking. And anytime someone's like, that's weird. No, it's not. Just because you don't want to admit you do it doesn't mean you don't do it.
Just like me. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, the
You're just
difference
better at
is
voices.
You guys keep it in your head. When it happens to me, it goes out of my head through my mouth, which you could argue is perfectly normal. Or the contrary to that, whatever. Right, okay, that is at the end of the feedback. If you want to leave us feedback, then please send an email to news@theminecraftupdate.com or fill out even our handy feedback form, which is on the minecraftupdate.com website, or join the Discord and leave it there. And now, Jessiie B, it's time for the news, and I have some breaking news. Breaking news is that Slack, I don't think he's joining.
Okay.
The first piece of actual news is that just today, Jessiie B, Minecraft Bedrock stable release version 1.19.30 was released, which we've all been waiting for on tenterhooks, and it has many, 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 many changes. Would you like to hear all of the changes, Jessiie B, or just some of them?
Of course I would. No, I want all of them. Every single one. And I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
We don't have time for
please
all
don't.
of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please don't. Yeah.
It is quite the substantial minor update, and there is a lot of stuff in it, but I'm not going to go through it all. If you would like to know all of the things that are in it, then why don't you watch like Silent Villager? Silent Villager videos, or like, check it out on YouTube, or you could read the changelog, which is in the description below. Right, okay, starting with a whole bunch of things, but I have made some notes of key features that I thought was useful. Number one is that stews and potions, when you consume them, the potion item or the bowl will no longer disappear off to another stack in your inventory or a slot in your inventory. It will stay where it is, which is good because you're not going, where did that bowl go? But it's also quite annoying because then you end up with a stack of empty bowls in one slot and then this bowl taking up a slot on your hotbar that you then have to move to the stack where it would have gone previously so that you can put something else of use there. So it's Java Edition parity. It makes sense, but it's also a bit annoying, in my personal opinion. Skulk Shriekers and sensor generation in the ancient cities, Jessiie B. They've fiddled with it all.
Is it better? Worse? Is it more in line with Java? Like what?
Well, they basically brought it in line with Java Edition, and it just means that yet again, the ancient cities all need like trimming out and putting back in again because it's all going to change. So,
oh, of course. Oh,
thanks, guys. Yeah. Well done for the win. Love it when you fiddle with that, mate. It makes my day. Oh, geez. Okay, the music for the game is now included in the mobile app downloads rather than people having to get it from the marketplace separately, which is a good and a bad thing. I think the music in Minecraft, as much as it is very iconic, isn't essential to gameplay. And the fact that it is quite a substantial increase in download size to have that included is probably quite annoying for people that are running on mobiles with, low amount of data availability and things like that. So quite a big change, relatively controversial, but I guess it means you are going to get the whole game rather than going, where's the music in this? And I can only assume they were just getting loads of like technical support messages going, there's no music in my game.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that is one of those things where I just think that with lower end devices or even things, it's like that's a lot of memory. And I feel like that would be really
as well,
annoying.
Especially if you've got a phone that you don't have like expandable storage on, like a Google Pixel or an old, any iPhone. That's just space that you might really, really want. So perhaps that should be an option rather than, I don't know. How would you do that? Just a button in the UI for like when you go into the game menu, just like, do you want to download the music? Or even on the home screen. So it's really obvious. If you're playing on a mobile device and you haven't got the music installed, just a button that goes download the music. That surely would make more sense.
Definitely.
But it is what it is. It's in the game now, and it's not up to us, unfortunately. Okay, fireballs, gassed fireballs, they will no longer travel through nether portals, Jessiie, which is handy because when they do, they don't actually come out the other side. They just stick there.
Yeah. That's true.
So that's good. And what I'm particularly happy about is that the allays, like breaking their leads bug, has now been fixed. So fingers crossed I can hunt down the allays that I've got on Truly Bedrock and actually put them back on leads. And the reason for it happening, according to the changelog, was that when a player changed dimension, apparently the allays didn't like them anymore. So there you go.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Good news.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, go on.
Well, no, I was going to say I said that makes sense, but I don't actually think that makes sense. Like, that seems like a silly...
but you can understand how that could
exactly
work, I guess. The next piece of actually really good news is that the Enderman's teleport range has been reduced by half to 32 by 32 by 32 to make sure that they don't just disappear off and then despawn when they teleport away, which is very, very handy. So hopefully, fingers crossed, now when you first make it to the end and you're looking for to get as many ender pearls as you can, or if you're in a warped forest, is it warped forest in the nether where the endermen spawn?
Yeah.
And you're trying to get ender pearls and you hit them and they teleport away, they might actually come back again. So yeah, that's excellent news. Good news for Jessiie B here. Allays and bees won't get stuck, or shouldn't. I'm not convinced on this one, but shouldn't get stuck in low-hanging objects like lanterns and vines and things now.
Nice.
We will see. And apparently, I really wanted to check this before the podcast, but I haven't had time to download it yet and open it up. But apparently, the piston animation is now smooth on the way in and out. I didn't realise it wasn't, but I'm interested
It's just
to see what a smooth piston looks like. Maybe it's had a shave. I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. The copy coordinates that you all found out about that I was like, what? Because my texture pack just had them hidden, is now available through keyboard shortcuts. You can use Control, Alt, and C, or Control, Alt, and V, or Control, Alt, and X to get either your position or the block position of where you're looking at, which is absolutely fantastic.
Ooh.
I love this. And what I really like about this, Jessie, is this sets a precedent. This is probably one of the first times they've done something for keyboard and mouse players without having to worry about the mobile peeps or the controller peeps.
Yeah.
Right? We've now got a brand new keyboard shortcut. In fact, we've got two, whereas before, everything was, I can't do that. Can't do that on mobile players.
Yeah.
No, can't do that. Get controllers. But now they're like, yeah, that's useful for people. So more of that, please, developers. Yes. And all those stupid mobile players and those people that can't help it but use a controller because they've got no dexterity with a mouse. Just ignore them and give all the good things to us keyboard and mouse elitists. Because we're playing the game
I was with you
properly.
there for a second. I was right with you until you went off the deep end.
Okay, sorry. I take it back. No, in all honesty, I know I don't. I poke fun at mobile players a lot, but it's because genuinely this is one of those. Oh, the bully's only saying that because he's jealous. I am.
Yeah.
When I see like Oliver, who's 8, playing Minecraft the way, better and quicker and faster than I do with a keyboard and mouse after all these years, doing it on an iPad that's covered in snot and breakfast and everything. I just think, how do you do it? And I am in awe of it. So I know, hats off to anybody that manages to play with a mobile device, even if it is a clean one. And controller as well. I've got no thumb dexterity on controllers, considering I've been playing PlayStation since the DualShock system came out, and I still can't. No, not for Minecraft.
Yeah.
So, I am literally just jealous. So, I do think they should not just focus solely on, we can't because of this. I think they should go, keyboard and mouse players do exist as well. So let's, help them out. Because it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah.
If we've got a shortcut that works for our device, it doesn't matter that the other ones can't. Unless it's something like, you can't chop anything with a sword unless you've got a keyboard and mouse. That would be quite bad, right? But if it's stuff like this, no problem. Right, I'm rambling, Jessie, because I feel bad that I've just called all mobile players idiot. Right. Right, there's loads more stuff in this, but the only one that I'm going to pick out from this that I particularly like is that when you are using structure blocks and you are wanting to put a structure that wasn't full of waterlogged things into water, you can now tick the box to say waterlogged blocks, and anything that's waterloggable will become waterlogged. So you can now place structures underwater and they will behave as you would expect them to have done if you built them there, which is absolutely fantastic. So I don't know why you would want to put a structure underwater, because underwater in Minecraft is awful. And I thought it was just Bedrock Edition, but it's not. Java Edition's worse.
Yeah.
It's awful. When I've been playing hardcore Minecraft with mates, right? And you go down and you're like, there's a ship there. I'll go down and I'll get something. As soon as you go in the water, even without sprint, you go into swim mode and you stick to the bottom. You can't get back off the bottom again.
Yep.
And it's like, what do I have to press to stand up?
Yeah. You're just like, no, please stop.
Yeah. And it's terrifying because you're in hardcore. You're early on in the world because we're rubbish at hardcore. And so you've got no water breathing and you've got no respiration on your helmet. So you're like, I am dying. I am stuck to the floor. Will you start? It's terrifying. So no, Java Edition, get it sorted. And Bedrock Edition, make it better so we can have it first. And then Java Edition, copy it, please.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
Right, that is the end of as much as we're going to talk about the stable release of 1.19.30. If you haven't already updated, do that. I would recommend waiting a few days if you can, just to see if any giant bugs come out of it, because obviously when 1.19.20 came out, There was many, such as
Yeah.
massive amounts of portal crashing, particularly on servers. If you have already updated and you have experienced some horrendous bugs with 1.19.30, then make sure to let us know by filling out our feedback form or sending an email or going to the Discord. We have specific bug date section of the podcast, and I would like to hear all about what's new in 1.19.30. But before we get to the bug date, we have some more news, Jessie B.
I can see that.
We have Minecraft Bedrock Preview 1.19.40.21 came out last week. Of course, it's last week because we do the podcast on the wrong day now, but that's fine. And in that, there was quite a few things in there as well. Again, I'm not going to go through the whole change list, but one of the things that stuck out to me was that if you're in a bubble column and there's a trapdoor at the top, and you will constantly take damage while bouncing on it, and to the point that then when you get out of the bubble column, you just instantaneously die. They fixed it, which is nice. So that's good.
Yeah.
One I think you might be a fan of is that you can now place sweet berries on farmland, which is very nice, because I think that would look really good. Actually, having sweet berries in a row on a piece of farmland would look like a proper, like, what they called, not wine farm in real life, what they called?
A vineyard.
A vineyard.
Yeah.
Wine farm.
It's a wine farm. It's fine.
It's where they make wine. They grow it on trees.
Nailed it.
This is why Pix wouldn't want to be on this podcast. I'm just saying. Real life wine farms where the wine grows on trees. It's already in the glass. You just got to pick it off. It's lovely. Right. Okay. Just make sure there's no birds been sitting in the trees, because otherwise you end up with a white flake. Right. Bubble columns have been changed. Their speed have been changed to match Java Edition. It doesn't say whether or not that means they're faster or slower now. I would assume faster, but I don't know on that one. So testing required there. Another thing that I think you might like, Jessie B, although it could be quite annoying as you're walking around, is that dirt paths and farmlands will now drop the player down by 1 pixel when you walk over it.
Not a fan.
No.
Not a fan.
So it's going to be quite bobbly.
Yep.
While you're walking along your pathwork. Well,
my whole base is just going to be like, do-do-do-do-do-do. It's like trotting.
Yeah. But it makes sense, though, right? It does make sense.
It does. Yeah.
Okay. Another good thing that they've done is that, you know, when they brought out 1.19 and it had frogs in it, and everyone's like, oh, yeah, frogs. And then they went, oh, yeah, but the thing is, guys, you know, we promised you mud that would be a bit like soul sand that you sink into it. We can't do it because the frogs are stupid. They've now fixed the frogs, which means the soul sand and mud will now drop the player down into it a little bit. Mud won't slow you down, obviously, like soul sand does, but it will drop you down. And it says that they have fixed the frog pathfindings when they are on mud. In fact, it says they've fixed amphibian pathfinding on mud. But I don't know if there's any other amphibious mobs in Minecraft, are there?
Just the tadpoles.
Well, they're not really amphibious, are they? You put a tadpole out of water, it won't breathe.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's more of a fish.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's been a whole bunch of changes to Ravagers as well, Jessie. Did you know that?
I didn't. Tell me more.
I will, if I can find it again in the thing. I've lost it. Ravagers can now be hurt by Evoker Fangs, which seems a little bit counterintuitive for when you're having a raid. They've increased the Ravager collision box size to match Java Edition, so they're a bit bigger in terms of what you can whack them with and how they'll be able to reach you as well. And they've increased the Ravager speed to match Java Edition, so they're going to be a little bit faster as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to affect trident killing raid farms, because one of the issues with trident killing raid farms is getting the Ravagers down your 2x2 block hole into your trident killer.
Yeah.
So if the collision box is bigger, is it going to fit? Only time will tell. If you've already found that out, peeps, let me know, because I need to know, because I'm thinking about building a raid farm at some point. Oh, sorry, Jessie. Go on.
Well, no, I was just thinking that would be one of those interesting things that they obviously wouldn't even think of in Java, because they don't have trident farms. So that's really interesting.
Yes, it is. And what else is interesting, Jessie, is that's as much of that preview edition that I could be bothered to read out on the podcast. If you want to find out about execute commands and all of the other exciting things that they have listed in this hotfix, then you can go to the changelog, which is on the feedback.minecraft.net website, which you'll find linked to in the bottom or in the description of the podcast. There is 2 more pieces of news, Jessie B, this week. Are you excited?
One of them, yes. The one we're talking about right now, I think. Okay, so that one was interesting.
Sammyuri has made Minecraft in Minecraft. And when I saw that pop up on my suggested videos on YouTube, I had to click it because I thought, well, what's Minecraft in Minecraft? Mm-hmm. And it is unbelievable. It is absolutely ridiculous. What Sammyuri and his team have done is they have built an entire computer that runs Minecraft inside of Minecraft. It has what is it, like a 32 by 32 display? Mm-hmm. It's only like black and white, or in this case, it's sort of brown and brown.
Sepia, yeah.
Sepia.
Why did I say cyan? What's wrong with me?
I don't know. But yeah, the computer itself runs at 100 megahertz, and you can walk around, you can chop down trees, you can dig dirt, you can smelt stuff, you can craft stuff. They've even got glass that renders transparent in it. It is unbelievable how they've done it. I have no idea, but it is all done in vanilla Minecraft with repeaters and redstone, and it just boggles my mind. What sort of... Oh, man, they're the sort of people that back in the good old days, before we had computers and things, they would have been them people that were in the history books that won Nobel Prizes and things for the ridiculous, just their brains work on a different level to us. But they're just going to be like, oh, that was cool by the community. And that'll be it. They're not going to go into the history books, I wouldn't have thought. Although I would be surprised if Minecraft don't mention something during Minecraft Live on things as big as that, because that's incredible.
Yeah.
So, well done. Well done, guys. That is beyond any level I could ever dream to be on in terms of brain capacity for how you would think to do that.
Yeah.
Jeez. And it was relatively compact as well. You know, it's very tidy redstone.
Yeah,
if it was me, it would have been going everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was amazing. And what I thought was really fun as well was the way they were controlling the game. They built like this giant, was it Xbox controller or PS4 controller at the front of the screen?
Yeah.
And they just, like, where they stood, the buttons interacted. So, yeah, it's fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. And I thought that was definitely Minecraft newsworthy for this week's podcast. Something that personally I don't really want to highlight because it just feels very self-promotion-y, but it will be a big deal to a lot of people in the Minecraft communities. Not me, because it doesn't remotely interest in me, but Dream has told people he's going to do a face reveal yet again. Does this interest you, Jessie B?
Not even in the slightest.
Okay. So if you don't know who Dream is, welcome to the club. Dream apparently is like this ginormous person that like just came up overnight and is now a huge creator in the Minecraft community. And I'm just trying to open the article that I got the link from, but it keeps asking me to accept. There we go. I've done it now. Jeez. Okay. So the article I found quite interesting, but before I read the article, I'm actually going to read what Dream wrote. So Dream wrote in his Discord, my next upload will be me face revealing. The mask is coming off and George is finally moving to Florida with the Dream Team. Then back to some epic Minecraft plus Minecraft manhunt in real life soon. So many awesome things to come. Super nervous, but also incredibly excited for the future. Can't wait to start meeting you guys in person, which is amazing because obviously if you're going to be a person on the internet that never shows their face and that's your big thing, it's very difficult to go to like events and things or just, you know, meet your fans. And if you're as big as them, people will want to do that. The thing I find relatively concerning about this is this a big troll? Because they've said that he said he would do it before the pandemic and has been saying, oh, I'm going to have to push it back and push it back and push it back time and time again. Now, maybe the way that he's going to do it is going to be publicly, like he's not just going to be on camera doing it, but surely during the pandemic, that would have been the perfect time to do it on your webcam. So I'm worried for the news and the fact that we've brought this out and, you know, potentially we're just highlighting the fact that he's trying to get more people to watch his streams and videos. Or if you are interested in this sort of thing and you do believe it, and I've no reason not to believe it, it just seems a bit dubious the way it was written, then yeah, exciting news for Dream fans, I guess. Any thoughts on that, Jessie?
Yeah, I feel like at this point, it's one of those interesting things when people kind of are known for not showing their face. And I imagine after a certain amount of time, like there's only so far you can get, right? Like you feel like that pressure. And I think specifically with them, they're pretty big on going out and doing like events and stuff. From what I've heard randomly about their community, it's like that group of people, they're pretty like outgoing and that kind of stuff. And since he's like the main person, I imagine it would be very hard to keep your face like a secret and not go out and meet people and stuff. So I find it interesting, I suppose, in theory. But again, I don't know if I'm just too old or too uninterested.
We're just not involved in that community, and that community is generally speaking. And I know this, it's not everybody. I'm not painting everybody under the same blanket here. There will be people our age and older that, you know, enjoy that community. But generally speaking, I would say that's the sort of Logan Paul, Jake Paul age of people, younger than us, you know, that do like horsing around and making loud noises and having fun, I guess.
Yeah, we're just old fuddy-duddies, and they're fun and young.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's amazing. I would love to have been younger when all of this kicked off and being able to have that energy and you know, and fit in with that group, but I'm not. So I do think it's wonderful for the community. I think it's great for the next generation of Minecraft players to have these things to sort of latch onto and get involved in. So I'm not putting Dream or Dream's team down at all. I'm slightly nervous that this is going to be another troll. And it's just like, oh, I'm going to do a face reveal. And he does the thing that everybody's done before when they said they're going to do a face reveal and reveal someone else's face or take the mask off and it's a rig roll or something. So we'll see. Anyway, right. Moving on, Jessiie B. That is the end of the news, which of course takes us to the Bugdate. And I can see you've got a whole list of bugs on the document there. Geez, Jessie, do you want to start with the first one?
I haven't come across any bugs recently that weren't ones I already had, unfortunately. Well, I guess fortunately, the only bugs I have are ones that we know about.
Ah, fair enough. Well, I kind of wanted Slack here to talk about mine because apparently he's already discovered it. But when I was doing my witch hut video, I was trying to make a witch farm. The first one I tried just wouldn't spawn any witches, and I spent hours in creative mode. Remember, I've only got 6 hours a week to record Minecraft. I had to have an extra day to finish this video because I was so confused. I was on Truly Bedrock Season 3, right? Went back to that world in the current version of Minecraft, and my witch farm on there worked perfectly. Came to Truly Bedrock Season 4 on a creative copy, and just witches would not spawn. I couldn't figure it out. So I went to a different witch hut, and I could get them to spawn, but my bubble column system I had on Truly Bedrock Season 3 still wouldn't work. I don't know why, but I made a new system, which I actually prefer, which is loads better. But after putting the video out, it turns out that if your witch hut is above water, or basically there are no spawnable spots anywhere else that the game can decide it could spawn a mob, then it won't spawn any witches. I don't understand the mechanics of it, but basically they're saying if you spawn proof an area around a witch hut, you actually won't get any witches, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, that seems kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that would be the choice that they would make.
So I wonder if this is a structure spot thing, is that going to be the same for like fortress farms and guardian farms where we're using the and pillager raid farms where we're using the structure itself? Because all of those things, generally speaking, in the past, it's been a good idea to spawn proof around them just to make sure you're not filling up the mob cap with all the other mobs that can spawn. So yeah, I'm interested to know more about that. I don't know enough about it. I haven't found a bug report, not that I've looked. But yeah, if anyone knows anything about that, again, please let us know in the feedback or in the bug date section of the podcast. Speaking of community bugs, we have one from Acidic Robin that says, TLDR, there's no way to replace stairs and slabs, etc., with newer blocks such as deep slate, copper, mud, and keep them facing the same way as you place them. What? Mojang have changed how you specify the orientation of stairs slabs for new blocks such as deep slate, copper and mud. Before, you just use a number after the block, e.g. stone stairs 7, get an upside down stone stair facing south. Now you have to type a much longer string to get the same result. Polished deep plate stairs, square brackets, upside down bit. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's tedious, but it does work. However, it's not very well known, and there are a few bug reports that that don't know this. But there's more. The replace part of the fill command does not work with these new block states, which means there's no way to replace stairs slabs with new blocks such as deep slate and retain the same orientation. And they've got a bug number there as well. So, did you understand any of that, Jessie?
Would you like me to lie and be like, yes, absolutely, I know command stuffs? Or
No, be honest.
No idea.
Okay, for the confused people at home and for Jessiie B, I will try and explain what they're saying there. So if you're using commands to fill blocks in Minecraft, if you want to put a slab that's a top slab or a stair that's facing a certain direction, what you would do is you would use a data value. So you would say, fill at this position, whatever variety of stairs it in, and then the number. And the number would determine which way round it faced. Was it upside down? Was it the right way round? And that works with most of Minecraft's blocks that can have a direction. But what they're saying is they've implemented a new system for the new blocks, which requires basically some JSON code in the actual string, which you can't use on the fill command. So, yeah.
Okay. I can follow that, I think.
So I haven't tried it, and I've not seen that myself, but then I haven't actually tried to run fill commands with those blocks. But that does sound pretty annoying if it's inconsistent to the point where it doesn't work with the commands that we've got in the game to do that. So, yeah, I'll put the bug report for that into the description. If you guys want to check it out and upvote that would be very helpful. And that's it for the Bugdate, Jessie. Bugdate complete.
Yeah. That was a quick one this time. Yeah.
It was. Okay, right. Then on to the wish list. And Jessie, I noticed that you haven't put anything in this week in the wish list either.
Yeah. So I was looking. I looked all around. I was like, okay, there has to be something that's listed that I am interested in. And honestly, there isn't. There's nothing right now that's been suggested, nothing I can think of off the top of my head that really calls to me that we haven't talked about a million times at this point.
Okay, well, you've picked a bad week for this because it's much easier to get things into the good ideas bin when Slack's not here. You only need 2 votes. So,
it's true.
So you're saying to me then, so all of the stuff we've got already got in our good ideas bin, which is guaranteed to get into Minecraft, which is overflowing, and what's already in Minecraft at the moment, you're perfectly happy with it all?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I'm perfectly happy with it, but
it's got everything you need.
That I can think of, yeah. Besides, offhand, and again, all of the things that we talked about, yeah.
So is there nothing that you wish wasn't in the game? Because the wish list can be things I want and things I don't want.
Things I wish weren't in the game. No.
Okay, right. You could say, oh yeah, the marketplace button on the pause menu.
We've talked about that though. I said things that we haven't already. Oh, yeah. Let's remove. No, see, I can't say let's remove the marketplace as a whole because you were there.
No, not as a whole. Just the one on the pause menu because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that one is pretty bad. Yeah, that one does irritate me quite a bit.
I think I'll just go into the marketplace while I'm standing here out in the open on my first night in Minecraft. What could possibly go wrong? Well, the marketplace is taking a very long time to load. There's a lot of content to go through. Oh, yes, I think I'll buy this map. I can't play it, though, because I'm dead. Oh, jeez. Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh, no, you, my friend. You just clicked the button in my brain. Why? I want to know why we can't have, marketplace maps on servers. That one irritates me. That one bothers me. I want marketplace maps on servers, and I want to be able to use the resource packs from the map independently. That's what I wish we had in Minecraft. That is my biggest wish.
Well, you can download resource packs from the marketplace that you can use on any of your worlds.
But not ones from games. like
No.
from maps. That's what I want.
Yeah. I think the issue with that is the fact that they try and keep everything locked up tight to prevent people, I suppose, accessing the code externally and, stealing all of the work that people have done for the marketplace. So it's all like encoded, and so you can't read it. I don't know why that would stop it working on servers, because servers should effectively be able to read that just the way Minecraft can. The only thing I can think is because, the server, as opposed running on a server, running as opposed no, I was going to say they're different from running in like the client version, because it's a server and you've got two different systems talking to each other. So obviously it's not been tested on a server to run like that. But then you can put them on realms, can't you? So that doesn't really stack up so much. So perhaps that's just Mojang's way of trying to, if people want to do that, to get them to have a realm.
Yeah.
the other thing about it as well might be that like player limitations. So for instance, I'm making this map that I'm working on, and I'm thinking, well, if people do manage to get this on a realm, the most people that I'm going to be prepared for them to have in game at once is 11. And if they have any more than 11 players in it, just point blank won't work. The extra players are just going to break. So there would be a whole lot of coding to do for maps that require to work with the players extra to have an unlimited number of players potentially in the map, and how that would affect the performance of the map as well. Because when you're dealing with add-ons or maps that Marketplace have made, they're obviously trying to keep them as optimized as possible, but there's a lot going on in there. So I guess that's a quality control thing from Mojang's point of view. If we allow people to take these and put them on servers and they have a bad experience, that's going to look bad on the marketplace, it's going to look bad on Mojang, it's going to look bad on the creators of those maps as well. And I guess they don't want that bad press from it. So it kind of makes sense, but I agree it would be nice. But for me as a creator, thinking, oh, crikey, if I had to make the one I'm working on work on a server, it would be great as long as I could limit how many people could play it.
Yeah.
Because mine's designed for the multiplayer experience. I think that will make it more fun. So, yeah. With that tweak, with saying, yes, but we can limit the number of players, I will be happy to put that in the good ideas bin.
Good.
Okay?
Yes. Good.
Excellent. Right, since Slack isn't here and he doesn't have one, I've got two. So first of all, I picked one from the marketplace, from the feedback website, which we've already covered before, but I actually found a post for it, and that is what we've asked for before, and I think it's probably already in the good ideas bin, which is a level of detail settings for grass, animal visibility, basically mobs, so we can change, and we've talked about that loads. The reason I've added it in this week is because I would like people to actually go to the link and upvote it. It's only got 291 votes. I think it's really important to be added to the game. So if people listening to this could take a few minutes to just go to the link in the description and vote for that, I would really appreciate it, because that is one thing that I think is almost essential now. We're at that point in Bedrock Edition. My other one is something I've actually requested separately. So as a marketplace creator, I have a specific area where I can request things for the game, a different feedback section. Obviously, I can't talk about the things that other people have put in there or what's been spoken about in there, but I can tell you what I want. And that is that when you teleport an entity or a player from one place to another, I want a new part of the teleport command, which is speed. So you can determine how long it takes that person or that entity to get from one place to another. And the reason for that is sometimes you want something to go from somewhere to somewhere else instantly, and they don't at the moment. They sort of just fly across the map. It doesn't take long, but it takes about a second for them to get there. And sometimes you might, like for the camera add-on and stuff like that I've got, or for doing cutscenes or things like that, you might want the player to sort of slowly go around an object or across the screen, or you might want to animate where an entity goes without having to teleport it every single tick, a little bit here, a little bit there. I think it would be a massive performance optimization for the game being able to do that. So, and it would make life so much easier actually scripting things to do those sorts of things as well, that you just wouldn't need to be spamming those commands constantly and working out the maths of every single position you want them in. So that's what I would like. And I think it's a good idea. Jessie, what do you think?
I agree. Honestly, I think that would help a lot.
Good. Excellent. Good ideas bin. In it goes. Fantastic. That is the end of the wish list. No, it isn't. We've got wish list from people. I haven't gone through those. Jessie, what am I doing? I'm thrown all over the place. Jeez.
We're a little bit off today. It's okay.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm all good. Honest. Zodifile says, "Hi, Boxy, Black and Bessie." Wow. Bundles. I hope the reason they haven't been added is because Mojang is planning on revamping the inventory maybe in 1.20. Here's my idea to make bundles work better. Set a fire and throw them in it. The end. No, that's not what they wrote. That's what I think they should do to make bundles work better, not what Zodifile thinks.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
Add a feature where bundles placed on a block become a bundle mat that looks something like an item frame, and everything in the bundle becomes a loose item on top. The bundle can be placed on top of a hopper, and the items can be filtered through like normal, or you can stand close to it and pick up the items. If the bundle is placed in a chest, all of the items stay in the bundle. Bundles should be dispensable from a dispenser, appearing as a bundle mat. Then you can remove the bundle mat by piston or water stream. Do you think this solves the bundle dilemma, or do you see more problems with it? Thanks, Zodifile. Jessie, what do you think?
No. I think no. That sounds like the most convoluted and confusing thing for something that's supposed to be easy. If I want my inventory to be more simple, if I want it to be better, if I want more organization, that sounds like a headache. Just sounds like a headache. It feels like I would have just chests of bundles, and no. I don't.
I quite like it. I don't think it solves any inventory issue at all, but then I don't think the bundle was ever going to solve anyone's inventory issues. My problem with the bundle is that to get things out of a bundle, you have to open the bundle and everything comes out, which fills up your inventory. Putting a mat on the floor with all of those items just on the floor doesn't solve that problem, because you're going to walk into that bundle of items and you're going to get them all in your inventory. So all you've done is created another stage to that by putting the bundle mat on the floor and then having to go into it and then pick the mat back up. So no, I don't like it from that point of view. But what I do like is the idea that you could have a bunch of bundles in chests feeding through a dispenser. The dispenser places all of the items out of the bundle, whether it's on a bundle mat or not, into a hopper. And then, that you can, basically a system that empties the items out of the bundles for you. So you don't have to go through every single one to get the items out to put them into your storage system. I think that's a really nice idea. It's like a shulker box unloader. It makes sense. Having a mat there is a good idea, because then you've got, I like that. So from that part of it, from the automation of putting it in your storage system, great, but it doesn't solve the problems of bundles' inherent issue, and it certainly doesn't solve the inventory problem. Bundles don't help the inventory problem at all, in my opinion.
No. But you can put 3 flowers in it and a kebab.
I don't care.
Nope.
Then you just got an inventory full of bundles, and you're like, well, where's that thing that I just picked up? And you've got to get them all out, and every time you open one, the whole lot goes in your inventory. No.
Yeah, they just go everywhere.
No. Bundles banned. Jeez. Okay.
Dragoon says, I wish walls, fences, and things that were over a full block in height would connect to the underside of bottom slabs. I think it would really help with proportions on builds when used as details.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Definitely.
And I think it's possible.
Really?
Yes.
Then why haven't they done it? It doesn't make no sense.
Because it's not Minecraft.
Any sense, even.
Minecraft don't have many blocks that are not a full block height or over a full block height. I think the only one that does it, you've obviously got things like double tall grass, but you've got the lectern, which just about goes over into the next block, but there's not many things that do. However, now that they've increased the maximum block size of the custom blocks that you can create, That was me ache. To make and create the same word. Then you could do that with custom ones, but unfortunately with those custom blocks, you cannot affect the Minecraft vanilla blocks and stuff. So yes, you could make your own fences that worked in the same way as Minecraft fences or your own walls, that when there was a slab detected on top, it would extend the height of that visually so that it reached the bottom of the slabs. I think that's possible.
Well, that's good to know. I think that's interesting.
I like it. I think it's a good idea, Dragoon. I don't know if I want that for the vanilla stuff in Minecraft. I don't know if... I think it would be quite nice to be able to slab off like halfway up a wall and it touched the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's Minecrafty enough. What do you think, Jessie? You said no already, didn't you?
I didn't say no. I think I agree with you. I don't know that it is Minecrafty enough. I would like it, but it might be one of those things where it's like just over the line where you're like, I can see the reason, but maybe it's a no on like Minecraft principle kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Dragoon. It's not going in the good ideas bin. Not today, my friend. Right, Jessie, do you want to get the next one?
Did you just want me to read it because I don't know how to pronounce that name?
Yes.
Is that... Yeah, that's... Okay, let's see. Concobar? Concobar? I'm so sorry.
I was going to say Concho Bar, but yeah.
No.
Concho Bahar.
No, I think it would be... whatever.
There's a CH in there. That's ch, right?
Yeah. Well,
there's
in some languages...
And then ha, but it's all lowercase or one word. So I'm saying Concho Ha.
Whatever your name is, I am so sorry that we have just butchered it to heck and back, probably. Yeah. It would be super helpful if when you died, your chords show up on your death screen, especially when you randomly die and don't know exactly where you are at. I agree. I would love if my chords were just like, oh yeah, you died here. Like, thank you.
Somebody in the Discord replied to this and said, I think that's what the recovery compass is for. Which it kind of is.
Yeah.
But it would be convenient. I'm not going to lie. I think it's rather convenient, because that happens to me so often. And I'm glad I was recording that, because at least I can look back in the recording and see where I was. But if you're off out adventuring and you don't have a recovery compass, or, you're like the rest of the world and you manage to die holding the recovery compass, then it is very frustrating not having a Scooby-Doo where you've gone to. So, I wouldn't be opposed to this one in the game. What are we doing with it, Jessie? Is it going in?
I think it goes in the good ideas bin.
Okay, right. Don't tell Slack, but yes, it's going in the good ideas bin. Which leaves Lego Steve with our last piece of wish list. And they say, hi, Foxy, Slack and Jessie. Would you like a reach enchantment? You could enchant it on a sword, axe, pickaxe, or shovel. If you had reach 1, then your reach would be 7 blocks. If you had reach 2, then it would be 9 blocks. And if you had reach 3, then it would be 11 blocks. It would be useful for chopping trees mostly. Thanks for a great pod. Yes. Yes, I would. I would like that. I would like to accidentally kill the villager standing behind the zombie every time I try and swing at it, and then be thoroughly frustrated that I'm not carrying a tool without reach on it because I've just been chopping trees down and mining from a distance.
Yeah, that's... I love that. That is exactly where my brain went. My brain went, all of the things that I am accidentally going to either break or kill just sound miserable.
I just tried to kill this zombie in front of me and ended up blowing up Mr. Beardstone's base. Oops. Yeah, the thing is, you could say that about Sweeping Edge. I know we don't have Sweeping Edge in Bedrock, but Sweeping Edge does the same thing. You try to hit one thing with it and you hit all of the things to your left. That's just something you get used to. I am genuinely up for this. I would be happy for a reach enchantment, because so many times, like, just trying to, like, even if it's just an enchantment on your armor so you can reach up to a top chest when it's above you. How you're jumping on the spot trying to get in the chest and you jump down. Oh man, yes, I want it.
See, I was leaning the opposite way, right? So I like it, but I would like it if it was only to like axes, right? Like you said, mostly for chopping trees. If I could only have it on like an axe, I think I would be okay with it, personally.
No, it's got to be on your armor. Sorry. We should have gloves, right? New armor with reach enchantment on them. That's what I'm proposing, Jessie.
I didn't really hate that idea. I did think it was a good idea. I think I still am firmly on if I could only have it on an axe, I'd be okay. Anything other than that, I feel like it's too extra.
Why? Why is it?
I don't know. I think it's one of those things where it also feels like we were just talking about. There's that line, right, where it no longer feels Minecrafty, and I feel like that's what that is.
If you play on mobile, you have a longer reach than you do if you play on PC or console.
Do you really? See, I don't know these things.
You get extra block to make it more convenient, right? So I don't think it's out the realms of Minecraft. I think that's an absolutely fantastic idea, and I really do think it should be on your chess plate. I want it, Jessie. Don't prevent me having this. I need it. This is one of my biggest frustrations about the game is that I can't reach things. How many times in my streams am I like my tiny stature has got to me again and can't reach the top shelf? Come on, let me have it, please, Jessie.
Okay, for you. I will let you have it in the good ideas bin.
Yes, thank you, Lego Steve. Thank you, Jessiie B. It is in. Excellent. And on that note, it is time to move to the questions. If you would like to leave a wish list item or a question or some feedback or a bug report or just, get in touch with us in general, then you can using our Handly on Handly? Jeez, Jessie.
Yes,
what?
That, yeah.
Today I speak good, mate. The handy online form you can find on the MinecraftUpdate.com, or you can send us an email to news@theminecraftupdate.com, or if you're, savvy and, you get in the hang of all of this internety stuff, you can join the Discord and chuck it in there, which is actually rather convenient now that people have been doing that. It's a lot easier to copy and paste from there. And you can have a discussion about it in the channel. Right, okay, moving on to the questions then. And our first question is from Sanson S. And it is, without a doubt, not the shortest of questions.
Yeah.
It says, in the spirit of over-familiarity, hello, Foxy Woxy, Jessie Wessie, and Slacky Wacky. On the subject of your YouTube content, you've all spoken about how you felt less motivated to produce TV episodes recently. Although Slack seems to be somewhat in denial about this at the moment.
What in his life?
This very much seems to be the trend across a number of the top creators right now, including some of the Hermitcraft crew. As consumers of your content, I am sure many of us don't anchor for the mega builds as much as you might think. What we're really there for is you. Sorry, I've started, I gotta finish. Most of us get to play Minecraft a few hours a week, and so modest builds done well that inspire us are all that is needed. Your sense of fun and ability to keep it real is the real draw for us, and I would be willing to bet that if you led the way with builds that could be emulated by us part-timers, you'll find that other creators would soon follow suit. What do you think, peeps? Do the YouTube metrics disagree with this? By Samson. I didn't realise you were a Geordie, Samson. That's interesting. Okay. Everyone in America has no clue what I've just said there.
It was so good. I always forget how much I genuinely adore your voices and your characters until stuff like that happens, and then I'm just like, oh, I get it. I know I'm laughing so hard. Woo.
Okay.
As far as the statement, right? That you don't think mega builds are what people gravitate towards. I think it really depends on your audience. Some people, like you threw in the Hermitcraft crew, right? I think they've unfortunately set a really high precedent for themselves to be doing these big, extravagant things. And from any that I have talked to that have had that burnout, it's because the second they relax a little bit and don't do as big of things, they see the consequences to that in the YouTube numbers. Whereas for someone like me, I've never done big mega builds. I don't have any interest to do big mega builds or mega farms. And I think that kind of is okay. But that doesn't kind of go into that theory, right? Like, I'm burnt out on YouTube because YouTube just, it's so defeating, and all of the constant like, ugh, this video didn't do very good. And I'm just like, go away. So I don't know. I think that there's different ways of thinking when it comes to that. And everyone's channel is different.
I think you're right in the fact that a lot of people will be there for different reasons. A couple of things I want to pick up on that is that you put what we're really there for is you. And that is probably true on the most part, particularly from your closest community. But when I put out a different video that's not truly Bedrock or something not people expecting, it gets no views on it. Nobody wants to watch it. So the argument we're really there for you is a very small number of you are, your really regular viewers are, but the rest of the world of people that are subscribed to you really aren't. They're there for that particular type of content that they've subscribed to. In terms of calling yourselves part-timers, again, I would like to argue on the contrary to that. Most of the people that I've played with before that aren't content creators tend to have a lot more time in Minecraft than I do, for instance, and a lot of the content creators do as well. So, you could argue that having mega builds would actually give people the opportunity to keep up with be ahead of what you're doing. I don't know. It's a difficult one to say. Basically, I don't really particularly enjoy doing mega builds. I quite like to see them from other creators just to see, how it's gone. But I'm not really interested in the building process all that much. I certainly don't do it from a point of view of wanting to copy it or relate to it. I just think, oh, that was fancy. Well done. So I don't know. I think it's completely subjective what you enjoy doing as a creator and what your audience enjoy viewing. And I think the key is if you're enjoying creating it and that comes across in your videos, you're more likely to have a responsive audience than you are if you're trying to find a niche and it's not something that you really enjoy doing. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's why I try to do, for me personally, I try to do farms that are simple and easy to build because I think when I'm looking for stuff, I don't want the biggest. I look at these massive iron farms and go, I can't be bothered to build that. I ain't got time to build that. I want something
most efficient.
Give me a reasonable amount over time that is suitable for me and not me and an entire army. And, and I'm happy with that. So I suppose you could argue that I'm already doing that, Samson. And trust me, nobody's jumped on the ship. However, to say that, I did put out those video series of easiest this, that, and the other, and then a lot of people started doing easy this, that, and the other farms as well. So maybe I did start a trend. Maybe it's just ended. Didn't last very long. Right. Okay. Next question, Jessie.
Turtle Brian says, hi podcast crew. The reason that every food pack has pad thai is because it's the food in real life. Seriously though, what if you had a special passive mob, say a mushroom, which drops special meat that you can combine with potion effects that lasts of less time than regular potions? Turtle Brian ate special meat and didn't burn in lava.
That's been Slack's idea for ages. We were talking about that ages ago about being able to enchant food or put potion stuff on food. Yeah. So sorry, Turtle Brian, but this is not your idea. This is very much stolen, and we have gone through it in quite some detail over the last few podcasts. A lot of length. But good news, Turtle Brian, it is already in the good ideas bin. But I can't credit you with it, even though even if you did genuinely come up with it all on your own and you haven't been listening to those other podcasts, that's great. But it's not your idea; it's mine. Well, it's not. It's Slack's. But he's not here, so I'm going to take it while he's not here. I'm going to hold the mantle for him while he's not here. Okay, jeez.
Makes sense.
Keen Antita says, "My question is, if you could only have one biome in your Minecraft world, which would it be? Basically, which is your favourite biome?" Okay, it's not my favourite biome, but it would be plains for me because I like building on things that aren't full of hills and holes I think the grass looks best in plains. All the passive mobs spawn in plains. I think it's just a nice, simple, easy biome that you could probably enjoy quite well. What about you, Jessie?
I'm trying to think. I think that the one I would go with now, even though it's not really my favorite, I just think that it would lead to like the longest playability. Personally, it would be I don't know what they're referred to as now, but like they're the hilly tops of like the mountains that have all like the different flowers. Like there's different ones. Yeah, like the Grove area. I think that would be where I would be.
So you want hilly Minecraft, do you?
I do. I quite enjoy hills. I wouldn't say like mountainous.
Build your own hills. I want them to flatten Minecraft again. All of this, I was really rooting for them to make Minecraft more interesting when they were talking about mountains and to do all the other biomes and make everything more interesting. But now I want them to take it back. I'm sick of falling down holes. I'm sick of having to climb up mountains. Just make it flat again, please. I don't mind the odd mountain somewhere, but just not all of the place, not everything, please. Thank you. Like deserts now, got cliffs. Since when have deserts?
True.
I don't want to climb a cliff to get in a desert.
So it's now Foxy is hashtag make Minecraft flat again.
Yeah, flat Earth, please.
Oh no.
I believe in flat Earths for Minecraft. Minecraft
oh my goodness.
is and always has been. And I don't believe that Minecraft is hilly. It is flat. Jeez. I've seen it from space. Right, okay. The last question is from Big Baby, and they say, when y'all started creating content, how did y'all get past hearing your recording voice and thinking, do I really sound like that? Why doesn't hearing a playback of your voice not sound the same as when you just heard yourself say it? Oh, I can tell you the reasons for that, Big Baby, and that is because you're hearing yourself from inside your own self, which makes your voice sound different to what it sounds like on the outside. For me, I got over that a long, long time before I started making Minecraft content, recording videos, because I used to record a lot of music and I used to sing and I used to hate it. I used to absolutely hate the sound of my voice, and I put all the effects on it I could to make it not sound like me. But then eventually I just sort of got used to it and sort of came to terms with the fact that that's what I sound like. So by the time it came to make Minecraft videos, it didn't bother me anymore. What about you? Hello, since doing the podcast. Thanks, everyone. Make me feel really good about my voice again. What about you, Jessie?
It was really, really hard for me. It's something that I think I still struggle with when editing back my episodes and stuff, is hearing myself and then getting really self-conscious about it. Specifically, and I don't mean to make anyone feel bad for anything, but when I get comments like, oh yeah, she's like dolphin squeaking, or like, like when they call me, like when they say random things, it's just like I get like super, super self-conscious about my voice. So it's really, it's really
spit it out, Gladys.
Not easy. Or GLaDOS, yeah. Like all of those things, I'm just like, ugh. But I guess I don't even know if I would say I get past it. It's just push through it. Like, because I still feel them. I still feel like awkward and I still feel weird about it from time to time. But it's just knowing that everyone thinks that their voice sounds weird kind of thing. It's just like, it's just normal.
It's the human endeavor to try and be normal, but there is no normal. Just accept what you sound like. It doesn't matter what you sound like, as long as, people aren't sticking their fingers in their ears and, punching you in the face every time you open your mouth. I think you're all right. I think you've got this. I don't think it's an issue, and I think it is something to be self-conscious of for sure, especially when you do get comments and things like that. But I don't think it's, for me, it's not a big deal. It really isn't.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it is for you, Jessie. I'm sorry for calling you Meg from Family Guy and GLaDOS and a dolphin and all the other things. It's my bad. I'm sorry. I take it back.
It's fine. You're like, I still think it, but I won't say it as much.
Yeah. I just know I will be thinking it every time you open your mouth, okay? Good.
Yep.
Right.
Nailed it.
That is unfortunately it from the questions. Like I said before, if you want to leave us a question, then please send us an email to news@theminecraftupdate.com, go on the Discord, or fill in our handy form online on the minecraftupdate.com. All that is left to do now is to tell you what we're going to be up to this week, starting with Jessie, who is going to be helping friends out, building walls and building bridges outside of the walls to help her friends out. Is that right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, something like that. Along with the bridges and the walls, I'm also going to be streaming 4 days a week again.
Me too.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't know when there's going to be a video.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're enjoying streaming, stick at it. It seems to be going well for you and you enjoy it. So, yes, I don't think you need to worry about videos. Maybe you could employ what I've done, which is to get that Recut app, right? Throw your stream into it. Record your stream while you're streaming it, but without the music. Yeah. Then throw your recorded version of that into Recut. That'll take out all the gaps where you didn't do any talking, right? And then you just export that to YouTube as a video, and it takes you, if you don't talk much in your streams, it takes your stream down from like 2 hours to about 30 minutes, and just upload that. I've done that with the Mine and Mitts hardcore ones, but we tend to talk quite a lot, so it's taken it from like 3 hours and 3 minutes to 3 hours and 2.5 minutes. But they don't get any views, which is great. So from me this week, I'm going to be doing the same as usual, streaming 4 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays, which is Monday mornings and Thursday mornings on YouTube, and Wednesday and Thursday evenings on Twitch. I am going to be putting out video on Saturday, hopefully if I get it recorded in time. And I now have 2 videos a week going out on my main channel, which is the recut versions of me and Mitts playing hardcore. So technically 3 videos a week if you don't watch my live streams. That's it. Slack's not here, so we don't know what he's going to be doing. So all that's left is for me to say... What's left is for me to say the same thing that I say at the end of every podcast, which is, if you accidentally become a Geordie while reading the questions and your mind doesn't allow you to say words that you're thinking about, then maybe it's time to end the podcast. And on that note... Time to end the podcast, Jessie.
I think you're right.
Oh, jeez. It's been lovely. Thank you very much. Nice, quick and easy one for Debreezy to have a go at editing. We haven't said anything nasty about Slack at all. It's all been good. Let's go quick. Quick, Jessie.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.